Hello everyone, in this video I will show you my daily and weekly routines, which are ideal if you want to be as efficient as possible and not miss out on any important items, cosmetics or important activities. The game has a ton of systems and various currencies and mechanics, so it can be very overwhelming and you might forget to do certain important activities. First, you have to know that there are certain activities that reset daily and weekly, and there are currencies you can obtain that have a daily or weekly cap. It is important to establish a sort of a consistent routine to ensure you go through all the key activities daily and ensure you hit those weekly caps in order to get all the necessary items or cosmetics as early as possible. The daily routine is not as important as the weekly routine because there aren't many crucial daily activities or resources that you must pay attention to. So don't worry too much about the daily stuff and focus more on the weekly stuff. Let's start with daily activities and then we will continue with the weekly ones. The first and most important daily activity you should do is consuming the energy you have gained overnight to ensure you don't reach the cap and lose energy. You can consume this either in campaign challenge, outpost challenge or sword trial, where you can also farm various items and materials. The time investment for this can vary a lot depending on how much energy you have stored and what type of challenge you want to do. Campaign and outpost challenges take around 4 minutes on average, and sword trial takes around 5 minutes for one boss and 10 for both. So if you want to spend all energy you have accumulated over 24 hours, that means 160 energy, which means either 3 runs of campaign or outpost challenge or 1 run of sword trial if you do a triple reward claim. This adds up to around 12 minutes per day to consume all the energy accumulated in 24 hours. The other daily activity you should complete, which you can do twice a day, is combing your hair at the house located here in Blissful Retreat. You can do this 2 times per day and you get a free hairstyle each time, with a total of 11 hairstyles being obtainable from this activity. This means you have to do this 2 times for 5 days and then 1 more time on the 6th day to obtain all the possible rewards from it. It takes around 2 minutes to do it every day, so we're looking at around 12 minutes total for this activity. The next daily activity you should complete is going to your battle pass if you haven't reached max level yet, and check the daily quests and make sure you complete as many as you can. There is a weekly cap of 6000 battle pass XP you can earn, so once you reach that, don't worry about battle pass quests until next week. Next we have the Jianghu errands for your sect, which you can complete 6 per day to get sect reputation, which is capped at 1200 per week. The amount of reputation you get from these depend on your rank in the sect, and you also get plus 30 reputation during the weekend, so you can theoretically reach the weekly cap in 2 or 3 days of doing these missions depending on your sect rank. If you have a high enough rank in the sect and you do this during the 2 weekend days, you can also reach the weekly reputation cap easily. Most of these missions take around 5 minutes to complete, maybe even less, so we are looking at around 30 minutes per day at most. The next daily activity you should do is participating in the 1v1 arena, where you can obtain arena experience, jade fish and adventure slip. The arena is open for 12 hours each day in 2 different 6-hour intervals, so there's plenty of opportunity to participate. You don't get any daily or weekly rewards in arena, but it's good to participate as often as you can, at least a few matches per day, to level up your arena talents and also rank up, which gives you some echo jade and cosmetics. Arena matches are very short, about 1 or 2 minutes per match, so just by doing like 10 matches per day, it would only take you around 15 minutes on average. Another activity that you should do every day is to go and treat the goose in Jianghu, located here. This activity resets every day and you can obtain various rewards such as goose eggs, cooking ingredients, coins and experience. You can either heal the goose or defeat the maniacal goose after failing to heal it to get a better egg reward, which can hatch into a sort of pet that follows you around. You can complete this activity a total of 5 times per week, so you have to do it at least 5 different days out of the 7 there are in a week. It takes between 3 to 5 minutes to complete this daily, depending on the tier of your healing profession, so we are looking at 15 to 25 minutes per week. Another activity you should try to do daily is the Well of Heaven special training, which you can access from the co-op menu. Participating in this and completing all the mission objectives on the left side will give you +1 constitution, and you can earn this daily for up to 10 times, so it's best to just do it 10 days in a row for the constitution and then you can ignore it. In order to complete the slogan snatches objective to gain constitution, you have to just spam select on any random slogan and then spam the select button to also shout it first. Do this 2 times to get the reward. Lastly, another activity which is not technically a daily activity, but you should try to mix it every day into your routine to avoid burnout, we have the bounties. Completing bounties gives you 4-fold coin, which has no weekly limit, so you can theoretically earn how much you want whenever you want. However, there are 5 types of bounties and 4 of them are basically unlimited because they can be posted by players, but these are harder to complete, take more time, and it's very difficult to even get to do any of them because everyone is trying to do the same thing. The only bounties that you are guaranteed to clear are the vendetta and bounty hunting types, which are mostly posted by NPCs. You get 6 bounty hunting bounties which refresh daily and 8 vendetta bounties which also refresh daily. This means that you can farm these guaranteed bounties daily to get around 1800 4-fold coins. You need a total of 50,000 of these coins to be able to buy cosmetics from the bounty shop and 76,500 total bounty coins to buy all cosmetics from the shop, which means that if you just do the daily bounties, it will take you 42 days to get everything by playing casually. It takes around 3 minutes per bounty, so that's about 40 minutes per day to complete all the NPC bounties. One last daily activity you should keep an eye on is to go and check the trading market in Kaifeng City, which is basically equivalent to the stock trading market in modern days. You can go here any day and purchase one or both of the items that are marked with a price fluctuation. These items change weekly, but their prices change daily. Your goal is essentially to buy an item at its base price, then check for the price fluctuation, and when the price is way higher than what you bought it for, go sell it either at your own local trade market or go to another player's co-op world to sell it there. You can check the co-op prices of other players' worlds or your friend's world by going to the trade commission and selecting "I'd like to sell some goods." Obtaining commerce coins is important because it is a currency used at various vendor NPCs or to participate in various open world exploration activities such as Pitch Pot. Now that we are pretty much done with all the daily activities, there are also some daily shop items that you should keep an eye on. First off, there are daily items in your sect shop in case you need them. Then you have a bunch of general goods at various merchants that you can purchase daily. These include food, potions, and various materials, so make sure to stock up daily if you know you're going to need a large quantity of a certain item, such as potions. One last thing before we are done, you have to keep in mind that there is a weekly cap of the coins you can earn from playing game modes, which is 175,000. Be mindful of how much you spend each week and try to purchase coins from the season shop to avoid running out. We can now move on to the weekly routine, which is much more important than your daily routine. The first thing you should do as early as possible each week is to buy all the important chests and items that are sold on a weekly basis. These provide key items to improve your character. First, open the season menu and select Season Shop. This is where you can spend your Jadefish currency, which is a currency that has a weekly cap of 20,000. You get this currency literally from any activity you can do in the game, and it's super easy to reach the 20,000 weekly cap, so you shouldn't really worry about it. The things that you must purchase weekly from this shop are the following. On the Combat Development tab, purchase every single item except String of Coins. You shouldn't really have issues with running out of coins, but in case you are low, you can purchase a few of these. On the Gear Chest tab, you can purchase the gear chests corresponding to your current item tier, only during the first week after a level breakthrough has happened and the level cap increased. If you're past that and you already have most of the items you need, you should stop buying these and save your Jadefish for the next level breakthrough to have a strong start. On the Professional Development tab, you should always purchase all career notebooks. These are required to upgrade your profession rank and they are needed in large quantities. You can also purchase the gift boxes here if you still need to unlock various prescriptions or gift of gab notes. Next, open the Battle Pass menu, go to the Shop tab and purchase all the Custom Martial Arts Breakthrough chests, Mystic Skill Breakthrough chests, and Custom Martial Arts Upgrade chests. The next most important thing is to claim your weekly rewards from Hero's Realm and Sword Trial. You have to clear Hero's Realm once per week, both bosses, to get the weekly clear reward. You cannot obtain subsequent rewards from this game mode until the following week. and it costs 0 energy to claim the reward. If you are struggling to do this with other players, just do it with bots using Smart Assist and you will still get the weekly reward. For Sword Trial, there is a weekly echo reward you can claim once per week, which consists of cosmetic chests. In order to get it, you have to beat the final boss in the series of boss fights for that week. Next, you should focus on reaching your weekly cap for the Adventure Slips currency, which is very important because it is capped at 1000 per week and you can use it to buy cool cosmetics and arena attunement stones. You will naturally farm a lot of adventure slips if you do all the daily and weekly activities I have mentioned in this video so far, but in case you fall short of reaching 1000, just do a few extra co-op activities to reach the cap. Next type of weekly activity is only important if you are part of an active guild, otherwise feel free to skip this part. There is a weekly cap for the guild activity points of 2500, and you can obtain this by doing weekly guild missions, which you can see on the event tab in the guild menu. Most of these are very straightforward and you can complete them at any time during the week, but there are a few key exceptions. First off, there is a Guild Heroes Realm that you can complete once per week with 10 guild members or using Smart Assist. If you clear it with 10 guild members, the rewards are extremely good, while clearing it with Smart Assist, you get much lesser rewards. You should at least do it once per week with Smart Assist to get the rewards. Next, you have the Breaking Army Guild activity, which is active twice per week for 1 hour. This is essentially the same as Campaign Challenge, just slightly more difficult, and the clear rewards consist of a lot of guild experience and activity points. The more people in the guild clearing the Breaking Army, the higher the rewards for the guild. The specific weekly mission for Breaking Army can only be completed if you participate in both instances of the event, which can be manually changed by the guild owner to accommodate various time zones. You also have weekly guild showdown events which function the same way as Breaking Army works. There are 2 separate events twice per week lasting 1 hour, so make sure not to miss this. Completing weekly activities not only gives your guild activity and experience points, but you can use that currency called treasure token to purchase various cosmetics or items in the Red Gold Boutique, which is the guild shop. The next weekly activity you should focus on is to reach the cap for your Sin Leaves, which is a currency obtained from Perception Forest in Arena. The cap is 2000 per week, and the reason you want to farm this is because you can purchase some cool cosmetics from the Sin Leaf shop, and you will need around 19 weeks total of farming this currency to get everything. Perception Forest is essentially a PvPvE Battle Royale extraction game mode, where you go in with no items, pick up loot off the ground to create a build, and try to survive as much as possible or extract, and you gain Sin Leaves. It takes around 3 full matches of Perception Forest to reach the weekly cap, and at around 20 minutes per match, that's 1 hour per week to get the Sin Leaf cap. Of course, if you're not interested in those cosmetics, you can skip this activity entirely. Last and probably the least, we have the social activity currency, called Harmony Charm, which is capped at 2000 per week. This is used to exchange for cosmetic items in the Wandering Paths shop, and you can basically farm this by doing co-op activities with your partner, disciple, friend or sworn cohort. There is also a weekly limit of how many intimacy, partnership and discipleship you can obtain, which is 2000. So if you want to level up any of those social ranks, make sure to do weekly co-op activities. Now that we are done with most of the weekly activities, the only remaining things are the additional vendor items with a weekly stock. If you open the shop menu and go to the items tab, you can purchase 2 lingering melodies weekly for 400 Echo Jade, which you can use to draw for cosmetics. You also have various weekly items you can purchase in the sect and social shops. You can purchase various weekly items from the Red Gold Boutique, which is the guild shop, such as Mahjong chips bag or fireworks. There are also general goods vendors that sell weekly stock of various materials required for upgrading items or for crafting medicines. For example, Buddha's tears sold at the peddler in Heaven's Pier. Make sure to buy a few of these before the week ends in case you didn't already consume the stock. One more thing to keep note of before the week ends, usually on the last day, is your sect status. If you want to climb the sect ranks higher or just avoid dropping to lower ranks, go to the status menu and check your merit rank. If you're in the hold rank or lead up areas, you're safe. If you're in the drop down zone, you might want to consider quickly farming some sect merit by doing some sect activities, such as Jianghu Errands. As you can see, most of the daily and weekly stuff you need to do in the game are not very time consuming at all, and you can get everything done even by playing less than 10 hours weekly, as long as you rotate between all available game modes and don't waste too much time with unimportant stuff. That would be it for this video. I hope this helps you establish a good daily and weekly routine and not miss out on crucial items or cosmetics. If you found this video helpful, consider liking and subscribing to the channel because it helps me tremendously. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.